Have you tried to upgrade Windows lately, and did you just hit a brick wall? Yeah, so what is that wall and why is it even there? Well, today we're going to break it all down. Okay, so you're all set. You're ready for those cool new features, the latest security patches. You're excited. You hit that upgrade button and, instead of that nice smooth installation you were expecting, you get this. Yeah? Does that look familiar? That one little sentence has stopped so many upgrades dead in their tracks. It's the kind of message that makes you just stare at your screen and go, what in the world is a TPM and why does my PC suddenly care so much about it? So look, this isn't just some random bug. It pops up a lot, especially if you're someone who built your own PC, or maybe you went with a more budget-friendly motherboard. See, to keep the cost down, manufacturers would sometimes skip this one tiny little chip, a chip that has, suddenly become absolutely essential.
Okay, so let's get into it. Let's demystify these three little letters that are causing all the trouble. What exactly is a TPM?
Okay, so at its very core, a Trusted Platform Module, or TPM for short, is a physical chip. I mean, it's a real tiny, dedicated microchip that's literally sitting on your motherboard. And its entire reason for existing? Security. That's it.
Here's a good way to think about it. Your main CPU, your big processor, it's the workhorse, right? It's busy running all your apps, your games, your operating system. But the TPM, oh, that's like a specialized security guard. It's totally separate from the main CPU, and its one and only mission is to provide security right at the hardware level. It's the vault that protects your most sensitive stuff like cryptographic keys and user credentials.
Now what's funny is that TPMs aren't actually new. Not at all. They've been around for a good while, but they were kind of in the background. Nobody really noticed them. So what gives? What changed? Why did Microsoft all of a sudden decide to make this little chip a mandatory requirement for the latest versions of Windows?
And you can really see the evolution right here. The old standard, TPM 1.2, which came out way back in 2011, it used weaker security, and honestly, it was mostly an optional extra. But TPM 2.0? Whoa, that's a massive leap forward. We're talking stronger, way more modern algorithms, making it an absolutely essential weapon against the kind of security threats we face today.
So here's the bottom line. The bad guys got smarter. The kinds of cyber attacks we're seeing now have totally changed. We're dealing with really nasty stuff like ransomware and these sneaky firmware attacks that go after the very foundation of your computer. So, Microsoft made TPM 2.0 mandatory to create what they call a hardware root of trust. Basically, it means that before your PC even boots up, the TPM is already on the job, checking to make sure everything is legit. If some malware tried to mess with your startup process, the TPM sees it, shuts it down, and protects you literally from the second you press the power button.
All right, enough theory. Let's get practical. How do you actually check your own system? It's super easy, just a few clicks. And who knows, you might find out you already have a TPM, and it's just sleeping on the job, waiting to be turned on.
Okay, method number one is the fastest. On your keyboard, just press the Windows key and the R key at the same time. This little run box will pop up. In that box, type tpm.msc, that's tpm.msc, and hit enter. Now, if a new window pops up called TPM Management, hey, you're in business, you've got one. But if you see an error, don't panic. It just means a TPM wasn't found, which could mean it's missing, or it might just be disabled in your computer's BIOS.
All right, method number two. Just go down to your Start button, right-click on it, and choose Device Manager from that menu. A big list of all your hardware will show up. Scan down that list and look for something called Security Devices. If you see it, click the little arrow to expand it, and if Trusted Platform Module 2.0 is sitting right there, then congratulations! Your machine has what it takes.
Okay, so we figured out what a TPM is, we know why it's suddenly so important, and we've gone through how to check if your computer even has one. So, what's the big picture? What does this all mean for you and for your computer's safety?
The main takeaway here is really simple. A TPM isn't just some annoying technical hurdle to get a Windows upgrade. It is a fundamental piece of modern computer security. Go back to that security guard analogy. It's a dedicated guard for your computer's deepest secrets. And because it works at the hardware level, it's a place most software-based attacks just can't touch.
And ultimately, that's the real question we have to ask ourselves, right? We live in an age of constant digital threats, and just having antivirus software isn't enough anymore. This whole issue, it's not really about a Windows upgrade. It's about something much bigger. Is your hardware actually ready to protect your most valuable data? It's something to think about.